Hello, my friend, and welcome to Pro Wrestling Daily. My name is Aaron Machbitz. Money in the Bank was awesome, and maybe for the first time ever, I got some predictions actually right. I predicted that Naomi and Seth Rollins would win the Money in the Bank ladder matches, and that is exactly what happened. I think Naomi was the absolute right choice for winning the women's Money in the Bank ladder match. I think she's at her very, very best as a heel, and I think she could do great things, especially with a really unique and powerful cash in on any of the women's champions, particularly, maybe, Tiffany Stratton or whoever she wants to go after. I think Naomi was the absolute perfect pick and a great pick, just a great pick. And I think she's going to do really well with that Money in the Bank briefcase. And it's going to be a really cool cash in when heel Naomi cashes in. So I think that was absolutely perfect. And then, yes, Seth Rollins was the obvious easy pick for the men's Money in the Bank ladder match. I think he was going to win. I predicted he was going to win, but I don't think it's the right choice. It wasn't the right choice. Seth Rollins does not need the Money in the Bank briefcase. He has everything going for him right now with Paul Heyman and Braun Breaker and Brunson Reed and potentially another member. He doesn't need the Money in the Bank briefcase to elevate himself even more. WWE already wants him to be the guy. He's been a guy, one of the top guys for a very long time, but not the guy like a Roman Reigns or a Cody Rhodes, the guy type of situation. And that's what's building towards. And I don't think someone like that needs the Money in the Bank briefcase. I think someone like LA Knight could have really used that Money in the Bank briefcase. I mean, that guy is continually very, very over, continues to do really cool stuff. Probably had the spot of the night, I believe, with El Grande Americano off the ladder, did some sort of suplex type of situation. Very dangerous, very challenging spot of the night, potentially, or maybe it was Logan Paul's moonsault through the table on Jey Uso. But either way, LA Knight was the right choice. Seth Rollins was the obvious prediction, easy pick, because he is being booked and billed like this guy right now, which he is. I think Seth Rollins is amazing, one of the best in the world, one of the best ever, but doesn't need that Money in the Bank briefcase. But the story they're trying to tell is that Seth Rollins is trying to have all of the power in WWE because his vision is the best vision. And then you have John Cena, who's trying to ruin professional wrestling. At some point, those paths are all going to cross, and we're going to have something happen. I believe it's going to happen in November at Survivor Series, very close to the ending of John Cena's career, where Seth Rollins is going to have all the power, but in turn, he's going to also save professional wrestling. And so those were the winners, Naomi, Seth Rollins. One was the right choice. One was the obvious choice. I still would have loved to see LA Knight win there. But we also had an incredible match for the IC title. Becky wins the Intercontinental Championship and was probably was the match of the night. Better than their previous match, which was still really fucking good. Now you're going to have Lyra on the chase for that IC title, which seems like this feud is going to continue and could come to a head at the Evolution 2 pay-per-view in Atlanta, Georgia. But this is the best thing happening in the women's division right now for this IC title. Becky's red hot. Lyra's red hot. Now Becky wins the title, and now Lyra is on the chase. I absolutely love it. I'm very invested in this feud. And then, of course, you have some moments that happen in the Money in the Bank matches, right? One being that spot with LA Knight. Cheers to El Grande Americano, who wrestled an absolute amazing match at Worlds Collide as Chad Gable. Then came and did a Money in the Bank ladder match. Stephanie Vacour, I think, wrestled 3 matches in like 24 hours or whatever the case may be. I mean, these people are absolutely on the grind, and you can't say enough about how much they love the business. And so then we have Jacob Fatu and Solo. Solo, I don't think gets enough credit for being as entertaining as he is. His body language and his facial expressions were amazing throughout the Money in the Bank ladder match, and deserves a lot of credit for being very, very good at his job, a very good performer, a very good entertainer. And now you see Jacob Fatu has turned on Solo. I hate you, Solo. Jacob Fatu is very over. Solo Sikoa is working his way back up into that spot after being in an amazing bloodline feud. This feud between Solo and Jacob Fatu is going to be amazing. It's going to make both guys, and it's going to elevate both guys. And I don't know where it's going to lead to, what the culminating match is going to be, or where JC Mateo fits in this. Is Is he loyal to Solo? Is he loyal to Jacob Fatu? Is he about to go on his own? Are we going to see the whole is this whole thing going to disband? Are all these guys going to go out on their own? What's going to happen here? It's very interesting to think about and talk about. But this feud, this really passionate feud between Jacob and Solo, is going to be really good. It's going to just draw the best out of both guys, and hopefully it elevates both of them, because we know Jacob Fatu at some point is going to enter the main event world title picture and is going to main event WrestleManias in years to come. So we have that. And then, of course, the absolute moment, that was a great moment, one of the moments of the night, but the absolute moment of the night is not R-Truth returning, but Ron Killings returning to take down John Cena and allow Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso to get the win. And then Triple H has the freaking balls to say it's all the work. It's all part of the show. That's horse shit. That's horse shit. Yes, WWE does a lot of stuff. Where they make you believe, and they have put tweets out, and they go to dirt sheets, and they make you think that this is real when it's not real. They're really good at doing that, and they're also one of the best in the world at surprises. So you never know what's actually going to happen on a PLE or a show, because there could be surprises and surprises and surprises, and they're really good at keeping things close-knit. They're also really good at feeding information to the dirt sheets that think this thing might happen. But with this R-Truth Ron Killing situation, Triple H stated in the post-press conference that it was all a work, it's all part of the show. That's not true. It was not a work. It was not a work. It was not a work. R-Truth got released. R-Truth got released after being the most loyal, trustworthy, important performer, and someone who's willing to do anything, a great locker room guy, just someone that everyone loves. And the reaction to it was not something they expected. Videos like on this channel and every other channel that did videos and tweets and reactions all saying, how could this happen? TKO is ruining WWE because all they care about is greed and money, and they're releasing guys like R-Truth, who the heart and soul of the locker room, and bring up the morale for the boys and girls. How could this happen? TKO is all about greed. That still remains true, but they actually listened. We actually instituted some change with our voices and our videos and our tweets. That's amazing. And so 72 hours ago, or maybe a little bit longer now, because I'm filming this video on June 8th, 2025, maybe a little more than 72 hours ago, they brought R-Truth back, dropped R-Truth, became Ron Killings, and then you saw him in the ring at Money in the Bank to an absolutely massive ovation, attacking John Cena and helping Jey Uso and Cody Rhodes win. It was not a work. I repeat, it was not a work. Do not listen to Triple H and say that it was all part of this master plan. No, they listened to the fans, which is something that's really important if WWE and TKO want to continue to advance and advance and advance. They have to listen to the fans, and they finally did, and they made the right choice by bringing him back. So we actually constituted change, which is really, really powerful, and something we can also do with Karrion Kross as well. So if you really think Karrion Kross should get a push, make your voices heard at shows, online, in videos. Everything matters because WWE looks at everything. Look at what happened to Jey Uso. We can still do the same thing for LA Knight. If we really are invested in some characters and we really, really love them, the one way we can show support is just actively being behind them, buying merch, showing up, being loud, tweeting about them, doing videos. All of these things make a difference, especially when a fan-driven sport like WWE, we have to really get to TKO because they are driven by greed and money, but we're still very important because we're all fans of professional wrestling, and that's what drives the actual sport. And so those are my thoughts. I want to know your thoughts in the comments down below, and then make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys next time. Lots of love. Cheers.